Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. So today I have this very natural look for you girls. This look was highly requested when it was my nephew's baptism party last weekend. I posted this on my Snapchat and everyone was requesting for me to do this tutorial on this look. So it's a very easy routine to accomplish. As of now, I only recorded the eyeshadow look because my camera has been messing up ever since I lost its charger. So I just recorded the eye look. If you girls want a separate video of how I do my makeup application on the face area, then please let me know. I know a lot of you will ask about the lip color, but the lip color choice that I went with was Angel Kiss by Beauty Creations, and then after lip gloss by Anastasia Beverly Hills in Undressed. So this is a perfect nude pinky combo that I've been obsessing over. This has been my go-to lip color. So yeah, if you wanna learn how to do this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I have nothing on my face right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some moisturizer and apply it right now. This is the Pond's Dry Skin Cream. My face is oily, but I mean, I picked this up maybe like a couple months ago and I've been using this. It doesn't make me oily or anything like that, so I've been liking this cream. So I'm gonna take some and put some all over my face. And I like to apply my cream first just because I want it to really sink into the skin while I'm doing other things as well. So for my brows that day, I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. I like to do my brows, usually when I'm doing like a natural glam, I like to do softer brows, a little bit more natural, just so it can really combine with the makeup itself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush, oh girl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush my brows into place. My brows are already full as it is, so I don't wanna, you know, do too much to them. So I'm trying to outline the bottom part of my brow. The less pressure you add, the better. I don't like to add so much pressure while I'm doing my eyebrows. I don't want to apply so much product on them, so the less pressure, very, very light-handed. So I'm just gonna go ahead to the top as well, creating that top line of the brow, and then start connecting it to the end of the brow. My brows will look a little bit more fuller just because they're not concealed or corrected properly, so don't worry. Right now I'm just worrying about filling them in and just arching them, giving them shape, filling in those spots that are empty, things like that. So once I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and use this fully part and just brush out the harshness of the brow. Now to give my brows some shape, I am going to be using a very thick concealer. This is the NC20 Studio Fix Concealer by MAC. With a Morphe M421 brush. So these products I love to use together since I don't want the concealer to make a mess everywhere, like a very water-based concealer. I like to keep it thick and steady so it's easy to work with. So I just use the MAC one, or maybe like the Tarte Shape Tape works as well, so something like this. And I start by going in the front part of the brow. And then going back. Now I use a good amount of concealer, but some of this concealer I drag it down to the eyes. You know, that could be used for a primer as well for the eyeshadow, so I'm not too worried about wasting product. So I drag it down as well. So now that I did my eyebrows and already applied the base to my eyes that was from the concealer from the brows, I am going to be using a brow gel that I've been using for quite some time. This is by Maybelline, the Great Lash. It's very affordable. It is the same thing just as any other brow gel out there. The thing is, it's just affordable. So I'm gonna apply this once I'm done with my brows. And this is going to help keep my brows steady and as well the product. So the palette that I used on the day of the party was the Too Faced Stardust palette by Vegas Snay. This has to be one of my favorite palettes of all time because I just feel like the color combination in this palette is just so bomb. And these three shades are probably one of my faves, and especially this one right here. This one already hit pan. But other than that, I love all the shades from this palette. When I go somewhere, when I go out of town, when I go to LA, this is the palette I always grab because I feel like the colors are very soft. They're not too overpowering, but also they have some darker shades here just in case you want to look exotica and you want to go bold. Maybe one day if you're gonna go out, you have like a black eyeshadow, a brown darker eyeshadow, things like that, a silver, purple. It just has all the colors that I usually pick up. So the only shades that I used were these three and then this one to pretty much highlight the inner corner. This is going to be a really easy look. I only had about 30 minutes to get ready, so that was enough time. Again, you don't have to use the same palette that I'm using. This is a very versatile look, and pretty much other palettes have the same similar colors as well, so you don't have to use the exact same palette. So since I did apply a base on my eyes, I am going to set it with another clear beigey eyeshadow just so that the colors can really blend nicely together and I don't have to struggle blending the eyeshadow since the base is a little bit thicker. So I want to make sure that there is no crease on the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend with the fluffy brush. This is by Bella. This is the Pro Blender 124. So the color that I used on that day all over the eyes was the color Chandelier by the Stardust palette, and I'm gonna take a good amount and place this all over the eyes, especially in the crease area because that's where it usually creases a lot. So the next product that I went in was Millennial, which is this light brown right here, and this is going to act as my transition shade. So I'm gonna take a very fluffy brush. This is by Morphe, the M505 brush. This has to be one of my favorite brushes at the moment because it just really busts in the color really well. So again, this is the Morphe M505. I'm gonna take the Millennial and I'm gonna go ahead and just put this all over the crease area. So I'm going in circular motion and I'm just really buffing this in. I really want the color to really stick into the crease. I'll get a little bit closer just so you can see. I just love how soft these colors are. I just love them. So if you don't follow me on Snapchat, the reason why I'm doing this look because a lot of people on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook really love the look I did for my nephew's baptism party. I went to LA and it was his baptism and his first birthday, so we did go to church, so this was like my church glam. I wanted something very soft, very neutral, nothing too crazy. It was so much fun. Oh my god. Kind of just blend this in. I'm really putting a good amount, nothing too much, nothing too crazy. I am gonna perfect it a little bit only because since that day I was such in a rush that, you know, some of my eyeshadow was unblended, but it's all good. Today we are gonna make it boom. Now that I have that applied on, I am just going to take my MAC 217 brush. This is a little bit more of a sturdier brush. I am going to take the darker shade, which is Girls Night, which is the one next to the lighter shade. And I'm going to take a good amount as well. And I'm going to place this pretty much in the crease area here, like where the socket is at, just really placing it in there. And then once I get in the outer part of the eye, I kind of just place the product, just kind of patting it in the outer part of the eye. So I'm not moving the product upwards just yet. I'm really focusing the eyeshadow in that socket area. And then after, when I feel like the brush has no product in, I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of buff it upwards so I can now push up the product. taking my other fluffy brush, the Morphe M505, the one that we used in the beginning, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just combine the two colors together so we can take out those harsh lines. You always want to go back and always go and blend those two shades together. Okay, so I do want a little bit more product in the crease, so I'm gonna take the second coat and just kind of just do the same application process. Putting that in the middle only, and then work it upwards. And literally I used maybe about 2 brushes with this look, so you pretty much need some blending brushes and maybe an eyeshadow brush and you're good to go. This could be an everyday look. This can be something that you can do if you want more of a softer look to work. You can customize this pretty much however of your liking. Okay, so that's pretty much it that I did. It's super easy, nothing too crazy. Now I did use like a loose pigment type of glitter in the front part of the eye. I did use the Dose of Colors Pixie Dust Duo eyeshadow, and this is probably one of my favorite pigment shadows from them. This is perfect for any occasion. It's not really like a glitter, but it is more of like a very shimmery type of loose powder shadow, and it's so beautiful. So you'll see how I apply this on the eyes. The shadow does come with the base already. It comes like in a very creamy base, and then after you can apply the top loose powder on top of that. But the reason why I don't really like to use the gel base that it comes with, it's super creamy, so whenever I use this and then apply that loose powder, it tends to crease a little bit. So I kind of stopped using it and I just used my MAC Studio Fix because it's a little bit more on the drier side than the creamy shadow. So I just use this as the base and then I apply the loose powder afterwards. So what I did was I did take a little bit of the concealer with the same brush from the brows. I'm gonna take a good amount. And then I went ahead and pretty much outlined my natural lid shade. And I just stopped literally where we placed the eyeshadow at the end of the eye. So pretty much I'm just putting this at the front part of the eyelid. I do want to apply a good amount of base. And I'm going to be using the Veramona double-sided brush. I'm not sure the exact name, it doesn't have a number, but it comes with a small eyeshadow brush and then a more thicker one on the other side. I'm just going to go ahead and dab my brush in here. And I'm going to go ahead and pack the shadow where we placed all the base at. The shadow is so beautiful, so beautiful. You don't need to spray the brush with water or anything like that to give you that pop of, you know, shimmer. It's Now that we finished that, I do want to go back with that same brush that we applied the crease color, and I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of blend the shadow with the glitter. Then I did take Chandelier, which is this beige shade again, and I'm just going to take the same brush and pretty much dab it in under the brow bone area just to kind of give the brow bone a little bit more pop under the eyes. I mean brows. So the last thing I did was, since I usually don't like to wear eyeliner, or I don't even like to try to do eyeliner when I'm in a rush, because you know how that goes, I didn't want to risk messing up. So what I love to do is I like to take like an angled stiff brush. This is by Bella, no number. This is from the Rose collection. I like to take a black eyeshadow right here from that same palette. I grab a little bit of that and I just pretend that I'm actually gonna do a liner, but it gives it more of like a very sultry look. It's easy to do. It doesn't need to be perfect. It gives it a little bit more like a smoky effect, but it's a quick way to do like a little liner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pat this on the lash line pretty much. And these shadows are so pigmented, like it's crazy. And I just kind of dab and then push it upwards. And that's pretty much it, y'all. You see this? Quick, easy. Be ready. So for mascara, I am going to apply BH Cosmetics BH Bliss Lash Mascara. For lashes, I did double stack my lashes. I used Cocoa lashes, and the lashes that I used were Risk and Queen Bee.